2025 Nebraska State Basketball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank with your financial needs.
Well, the morning slate is complete. We are on to the afternoon, and the first half of the Class C1 bracket is fulfilled. With Lincoln Lutheran and Ashland Greenwood playing on Friday, we got to find out the other two parts of this bracket, and one of them starts right now with the 2-seed Ogallala, the 7-seed Doniphan Tumbull. Kalen Devin along with Lou Siefker, and this should be a very interesting matchup.
Absolutely should. Now, these two teams played earlier this year, and Ogallala not only won, they won 75-33, a running clock game. I got to believe the Cardinals have kind of hoped that this game would transpire so they'd have another shot at Ogallala.
Yeah, that game played on December 21st. It's a new year, Lou. Things change, and both teams have made it back down to Lincoln again. The Cardinals and the Indians are both familiar with coming down here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, Doniphan Tumbull, they started the season 9-5, including that bad loss to Ogallala. 9-1 since then, so they're playing really well right now. And Ogallala, all they've done is win all year long. They're 23-1. One loss was to Kozad, the team we just saw play. That was their only loss. So, you know, both teams playing great basketball coming into the state tournament.
And that's exactly what you need to do. Got to be peaking at the right time, and we think the Indians and the Cardinals are doing exactly that, which is why this one should be a lot of fun. We'll tell you who to watch out for coming up next with Ogallala and Doniphan Tumbull coming up on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Jake. I grew up with a great relationship with God. After high school, I became selfish and put my own desires before God. I struggled with alcohol and lust, and the devil had a tight grip on me. My life was full of darkness, and I was on the verge of losing my family. Thankfully, I chose God as my higher power, and through treatment, amended my relationship with God and my family. If you are struggling, contact your local pastor or priest, or call 402-379-2030.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer, with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
The second-seeded Ogallala Indians and the 7-seeded Doniphan Tumbull Cardinals, Kalen Devin, Lou Siefker. Let's talk a little bit about a few players to watch out for, specifically starting with the home team tonight, which is the Indians. Ogallala, Sawyer Smith. This is a guy who can do everything.
Yeah, and he's only a junior. I feel like he's been here about 5 years. He's a great player, averages 23 points a game. Now, Ogallala, they like to push the tempo. They like to play fast. Their last 6 ball games, they've averaged almost 84 points a game. Sawyer Smith is he's the engine that kind of gets this car going. If he plays well today, it could be a fun basketball game and probably an Ogallala victory.
That's exactly what Cardinals head coach Kellen Burr said. He's the train conductor of the Indians. Now on the other end for the Cardinals, they got a guy who can do really good things up top, and that's Jack Poppy.
Well, it seems like every team here has a guy like Poppy. You make it to state, you have a great player like Poppy. He does a little bit of everything. 17 points a game, but again, I think what he does well is get other players involved. Over 5 assists a ball game. Can he get a lot of other guys involved in the offense and make Ogallala play a lot more defense than they're used to? That could be a recipe for a Cardinal victory.
And that ball movement will be crucial today against this Ogallala team. Now I want to send you on down to Jake Bartecki for an update as we head to the booth. Here's Jake on NCN.
Well, guys, it's kind of a big deal if any program has a 1,000-point score, but Doniphan Tumbull, it's not out of the question that this season they get to 2. Jack Poppy already got to 1,000 points earlier this season. It's not out of the question that Parker Volk could join him. He's at 952 points coming into this first-round matchup today with Ogallala. He averages 16.3 points per game on the season. He would need some monster games down the stretch and a miracle run by Doniphan Tumbull. Miracles do tend to happen at the state tournament.
Worked with Agri City pretty much since the beginning of my ownership here at Motoplex. It's real important for us to have good insurance, a good insurance provider that works with us with the different aspects of having a lot of new inventory, used inventory, and then customers' machines while we're fixing them. They make it really easy to have me just focus on the business because they take care of the back end stuff. They care about Motoplex, but they care about us here at Motoplex as people and individuals.
I'm Rick Keener with Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
Ogallala and Doniphan Tumbull in our next matchup on News Channel Nebraska. Thank you for joining us today from the Devaney in Lincoln, Nebraska. Kaylin Deppen and Lou Siefker, and let's take a look at our school spotlight brought to you by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Check them out at gocurrency.com today. We'll start way out west with Ogallala. 28 times here in Lincoln. They've been the runner-up 4 times, Lou, but they've never won that elusive state championship.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because Andy Gillen has brought some great teams down here, and they're always played that same style. And it seems like they always get close, but not quite ever get that cigar. And maybe this is the year. We mentioned the win that they had over Doniphan Tumbull the last time. They've had other quality wins and big wins. They beat Sydney, who we'll see in the next ball game. They beat them 81-49. That's an impressive win as well. So maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the team that not only scores a lot of points but plays quality defense as well.
Yeah, they don't just beat you. They will score at will. Let's take a look at Doniphan Tumbull, a team that knows Ogallala. They played earlier this year with the Indians getting the win. They've been to state 6 times, third place once, and they are the Cardinals. It's been a familiar team at state the last few years. Doniphan Tumbull has made their 4th in the row. It's their 5th in the last 6.
Kaylin, I think for Doniphan Tumbull to have a chance, you got to turn this into more of a half-court game and force Ogallala to play defense. If you get into a track meet, it's not likely that Doniphan Tumbull is going to be able to beat Ogallala at their game.
And there's a look at Andy Gillen. What's amazing about what he's done, he's been the coach of this squad for 7 years, 7 state title, or rather 7 state trips here in Lincoln.
Yeah, he's got a very consistent program. You know what you're going to get out of them, and they always seem to be playing here in Lincoln.
And a look at Kellen Burr for the Cardinals. We'll come back with the battle next on NCN.
champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Great job by the Ogallala Pep Band for getting us going with the Star Spangled Banner. Kaylin Devin and Lou Siefker on News Channel Nebraska. Let's take a look at our Class C1 bracket. This is our third game of the day. We'll take a look at who's gotten to where they've gotten. Lincoln Lutheran, a dominating victory over Fillmore Central. They advance to Friday and will play Ashland Greenwood, a team that beat Cozad in what was a really close game in the first half, but the Blue Jays kind of pulled away in half number 2.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive game, and Ashland Greenwood really brought it better in the offensive side of the ball in the second half, and were able to win that ball game. That game next time is going to be a really good one on Friday, Lincoln Lutheran and Ashland Greenwood.
Let's take a look at the map to see where exactly these teams hail from. So Sydney's the furthest out west, then it's Ogallala right there on the interstate. Cozad a little bit further out on the interstate, then Doniphan Trumbull. Then you got the metro kind of area. Fillmore Central's a bit out of there. Then Lincoln Lutheran, Ashland Greenwood, and Omaha Concordia.
Sydney makes a long, long trip, but Ogallala's not a short one either. Let's see if the West Coast, as I call them, the West Coast teams can do some damage here at state.
Doniphan Trumbull was looking for a big upset victory today. This, if they can get the win, it'd be the first Cardinals win in Lincoln since 2014, where they got third. They have not won in the last 4 appearances, so that's why it is big for the Cardinals, but a tough task because this Ogallala team, Lou, you mentioned it, we've seen how much they can score. The last few games, they just feels like they just drop 80 on anybody.
Yeah, they're unstoppable at times.
Taking a look at our starters for Doniphan Trumbull: Jack Poppy, Parker Volk, Nathan Collinson, Tragan Barnes, and Tyson Bennett. Poppy and Volk average about 16.5 points each. Tossin Volk's amazing rebounding ability, and this thing could get interesting.
I think the thing that makes me think Doniphan Trumbull could win this game is not all their wins, but one of their losses. Their last loss was to Lincoln Lutheran, a great team. They lost by 4, so they were in that game. So I think that this game will be much different than the first 2 times these teams play.
Yeah, not just a great team, the number 1 team in this bracket, and they advanced earlier today. Now for Ogallala: Lincoln Gillen, Rylan Gilmore, Eden Kane, Tanner DeCastro, and finishing there, Sawyer Smith, who is not in the starting lineup today. Smith, we heard he might have a bit of a nagging injury he suffered at practice, so he's not going to be starting today. Instead, they're thrusting Blake Robb into the lineup.
Yeah, we heard that rumor, and apparently it's true, because if you're not going to start Sawyer Smith, there's very obviously an issue, because he's a great player and a great competitor. So we'll see if he gets any action in here today.
Well, you're hoping so. This is a guy who scores 23, averages about 10 rebounds, 7 assists per game, 4 steals, at 41 in that sub-final against Sydney. And this is a guy you cannot leave off the floor. And I understand with an injury, Coach Gillen is doing the smart thing and keeping one of his best players out to rest a little bit.
Kayla, I was watching as Sawyer Smith walked toward the Doniphan Trumbull team to shake hands, and he was grimacing as he walked. So I don't know if it's an ankle or it looks like a leg injury of some sort, but he obviously is in some pain.
So big shoes to fill as Blake Robb in the lineup. This is a guy who scored 21 points all season long. And so he'll be having a big task today to help fill that in for Ogallala. And this is where stories are made in Lincoln as tip-off is away. And Doniphan Tumbull begins with the basketball. Driving in with the left hand is Poppy. Looks to kick it out. And a good crossover dribble. Tough shot. Left hand, a dropper for Tyson Bennett.
It's a great first possession. Got a quality shot. Got to score and score effectively against Ogallala.
Lincoln Gillen, very good basketball player and a very good basketball team in Ogallala. Coming out by Lake McConaughey. Here's the drive. And the pass a little too high was intended for Eden Kane, and it's taken away by the Cardinals. Bennett just scored a moment ago. He gets it over to the left wing, a three-pointer on the way, and a perfect three-ball bucket for Doniphan Trumbull's Parker Volk.
Now Parker Volk also averages almost what Poppy does at 16.3, so he's a good scorer as well.
A miss by Kane and the rebound for Doniphan Trumbull. Barnes over to the wing. Another three-pointer, and that's good! Jack Poppy in on the action. What a start for the Cardinals!
What a great start for the Cardinals. That's exactly what you want to do coming out here at state. Watch Poppy here knock a long one down to make it 8-0.
The 7 seed with momentum, 8-zip over the Indians.
Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the entire state.
This is home.
A stunning start as the Doniphan Trumbull Cardinals lead the Ogallala Indians 8-0 to start this game in Lincoln. Here's a three-pointer to answer, and Ogallala's on the board. A three from Tanner DeCastro.
Yeah, much needed bucket. Just kind of stem this momentum tide that the Cardinals have been on.
That pass is nearly taken away, and now Ogallala comes up with it. Up the floor for DeCastro, trying to go through contact and finishes at the rim, and just like that, a 5-0 run for the Indians.
That's one thing you can't do if you're Doniphan Trumbull is turn the basketball over and allow Ogallala to get into a track meet. Then you're going to be in trouble. That's their style of basketball.
Poppy kicks to Bennett for three and got it to go. Cardinals are 4 for 4 from the floor.
The Cardinals are saying, what's this about not being able to shoot first game at an arena?
Tough shot, Robb not able to get it off the rim. Rebound going to Doniphan Trumbull. Top of the circle for Volk, now over to the wing. It's Poppy, he'll take the contested three. They can't miss. Everything falling for the Cardinals today.
Wow. What a shooting display by Doniphan Trumbull.
Unbelievable, everybody's getting in on the action as Jack Poppy is 2 for 2 with 6 points, and there is a travel.
That's good. Well, watch this three-point shot again. We've seen a lot of this, Galen. Doniphan Trumbull not afraid, and they're knocking everything down.
14-5 lead for Doniphan Trumbull. But with Ogallala, this is a team that can go on a run at any instance. Another three, and the first miss for the Cardinals today. Here comes Gillen. On the wing to Gilmore. Drives a floater inside. Good pass and a good finish off the window for Eden Kane.
Well, for the Cardinals, you're making threes, but you don't want to fall in love with that. You don't want to just take quick threes out of your offense. Continue to work and find good shots and let those threes come within the flow.
Right, and if you're Andy Gillen, you're thinking a team like this cannot stay this hot all game long.
I'm sure that's what he's telling his players. You just got to stay with it, contest, and eventually they'll cool off.
You see it here a lot in Lincoln. Someone is the aggressor and might take an early lead, but anything can happen. Shot and a foul. To the line goes Luke Askey.
You know, one thing to look at, too, with Ogallala usually has about a six-man rotation. That's generally what they do, and that's about what it is this year. You've got Sawyer Smith on the sidelines, obviously injured. That limits not only you losing a great player, but you lose a player. You just don't have a lot of depth.
Both free throws are perfect for Askey. Doniphan Tumbull back to a 9-point lead. To Castro. Hands it off to Gilmore. Drives, kick out, good pass for three. It is no good by Lincoln Gillen. And a foul against the Indians. That goes on to Castro.
Yeah, he did not agree with the call, but does the wise move and get down floor to play defense. You're not going to win that argument.
Doniphan Tumbull, what a start. Halfway through quarter number one. Puppy gets it to Bennett, then kicks to Barnes. Here's a three, another one, that's short. A miss by Volk, and the rebound goes to Ogallala's De Castro. Driving in the run from Gilmore and a whistle on the floor. First quarter today is thanks in part to John Henry's Our Family Serving Yours.
Well, I think Tanner De Castro is going to be very important for Ogallala today. 6'5", good athlete, only a sophomore. This team, Ogallala team, has no seniors.
Gillen a three, that's in and out. Offensive rebound tracked down by Gilmore. He goes up and under. Another offensive board, and that time it's good. Patience as Eden Canes got 4 points.
Ogallala dominating the offensive glass on that possession and ends up with points. You like that out of Ogallala to be the more physical team on that end of the floor.
Tough drive and a whistle on the floor once again. This is the fourth against Ogallala, 3:11 to go in the first.
See the bump there.
That time on Kane. Here's Poppy, tries to work in, great dish, and then a huge rejection. What a block. I believe that was Cy Lowry. Nice bounce pass, a little too much. Gilmore was looking for the cutting Kane. Going back to the Cardinals.
Right idea by Gilmore, just let him too far. Ball goes out of bounds, so Indians turn it over. After that onslaught from Doniphan Tumbull, if Ogallala can limit the turnovers, I mean, you've got plenty of time. You've got plenty of time in the first quarter to close that lead.
Up the floor comes Tragan Barnes. Poppy drives, lost the basketball. Up the floor is Gillen. Lincoln Gillen takes it to the rack and finishes.
Another young player, only another sophomore there for Ogallala. Gillen with a nice drive in the bucket.
Another steal. Kane's got it. Eden Kane, right hand, can't finish, offensive rebound. Goes to Gilmore. Here's a three. Good. Set up with a three by Kane as Gilmore blocked out the defender. Almost like your offensive lineman protecting a quarterback, and it works for three. Timeout on the floor, 16-14. Cardinals lead the Indians. Here's another look.
Yeah, nice block out there and the bucket. 2-point ball game.
Five Points Bank brings communities together. 5 Points Bank. Better bank, better community, better life.
It's a track meet to kick things off in Lincoln. 16-14, Doniphan Trumbull as Poppy goes. And a jump ball. What a job by Ogallala getting their hands in there to force the change of possession.
Goes turnover for Doniphan Trumbull. Points off turnovers, I think, is something to watch. Ogallala right now 7-3 for Doniphan Trumbull. And again, you just can't give Ogallala too many possessions. They're too good of an offensive team, even without Sawyer Smith.
Gilmore in the corner to Kane, then underneath a tough turnaround jumper. No good by DeCastro. Poppy drives, tough finish, up and under. No whistle. Here comes Kane to Gilmore for three. That's off to the right. And the rebound collected by Doniphan Trumbull. Then the ball is lost again. Gillen backs it out. Back to Gilmore now in the corner for the driving Lowry. He kicks it for three. It's Gillen. Good. Ogallala already back on top.
That's smart basketball by Ogallala. There's a fine line between playing fast and playing reckless. They didn't force a shot. They pulled it back out and ran their offense and got a quality shot. They like to play fast, but you want to be under control. They were on that possession.
They trailed 8-0. They've got their first lead at 17-16. A 9-point deficit to start the game. And already they've come back out and jumped ahead. Here's a foul. Called on Ogallala, so it's 2 free throws now. The next 47.9 seconds. Doniphan Trumbull's in the bonus. First free throw is good by Volk.
That's a dangerous pass. Trying to thread the needle. It worked out that time. But you can't force the basketball too many times against Ogallala.
Cardinals back ahead by 1. Tough drive, good kick out. Gillen will try again for 3. Not able to get it this time. And the rebound pulled down by Doniphan Trumbull. A lot of speed from Barnes. Poppy fakes the 3 with 22 seconds to go in the first. Top of the arc, that's no good. Rebound by Lowry.
Cardinals starting to go cold now for downtown.
Now DeCastro stepped through, blocking foul on Doniphan Trumbull.
That foul's on Bennett. That's the right call. Was not catch him. Not set. Going kind of backwards and leaning a little bit. I think that's a fairly easy call for the official.
Pass into DeCastro. Picked up for 3. Gilmore, good! Ogallala back up by 2. 2 seconds. Poppy for 3. And a foul. It's an offensive or a foul against Ogallala. That means free throws to end the first quarter.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds remain on the clock, but 2 free throws coming for Parker Volk.
He's already 2 for 2 today. A fast-paced, high-scoring first quarter of basketball. You kind of talked about it in the pregame, Lou. You're Doniphan Trumbull. You don't want to have to keep pace with Ogallala. Find a way to slow him down. Right now, both teams are scoring a lot.
You pick and choose the times you run, but you don't want to turn it into a track meet.
Tie game with 1.5 to go. 1.5 on this first quarter clock. Can the Indians get a deep heave? Gilmore will try. He got it off, and that is no good off the top of the glass. We get a dandy in Lincoln to kick things off in our Class C1 game in this afternoon slate. Ogallala and Doniphan Trumbull tied at 20.
So
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
Knotted up at 20, and a look at Andy Gillen in the huddle with his Indians. Trailing by 9 points in that first quarter, they come back and take the lead, but now we're tied.
Yeah, that's Ogallala, though. They're not going to be worried about it when you get a lead on them. They're going to continue to play and play their style. They know they can score points very quickly. And I mentioned the points off turnovers. Doniphan Trumbull with 5 turnovers to 3 for Ogallala, but points off turnovers are 10-3 in favor of Ogallala. That's one of the ways they got back in this game.
Cardinal basketball. Drive by Barnes, and then he'll kick for 3, and that is no good by Poppy. Good rebound by Gilmore.
I just think Cardinals taking shots that they can get any time in their shot clock, and they're taking them quickly. That's not conducive, I don't think, to beating Ogallala.
Gilmore has been the facilitator today into Robb. Good ball movement to Castro. Tough shot, and it rolls out. Offensive rebound, Blake Robb, and the finish. He's starting in place of Sawyer Smith and gets a big bucket for the Ogallala Indians.
That's Blake Robb's 42nd rebound of the year, but that was a big one. Great effort by the young man that gets his chance to start.
3 to answer is good. Parker Volk's got 2 of them today.
A little bit more rhythm in that three-point shot. That one falls.
Gilmore. Over to Kane. His jumper on the way. No good. Too long. Rebound collected by Volk. Fast-paced ball game so far. In the corner. Now on the wing for Volk. Back to Barnes. Back out to Volk. Another 3. Got it again! Parker Volk. 3 for 3 on triples.
Well, you see how much better they shoot those when it's a drive and dish. A quick turnover here for Ogallala. The travel, that time called on DeCastro.
And another timeout called by Andy Gillen. Take a look at Parker Volk's 3rd 3 of the ball game.
Watch the rhythm. The drive and dish to open three-pointer. He sets his feet, knocks it down. Big time play there for Doniphan Trumbull. And they lead by 4.
26-22, Doniphan Trumbull and Ogallala, the 2 seed and the 7 seed with 6:19 to go in this first half of action. My name is Kalen Devin, joined by Lou Siefker tonight. Volk is 3 for 5 shooting from beyond the arc. You got Jack Poppy, who's 2 for 3 today. And then Tyson Bennett is 1 of 2 as well, all from three-point land. Second quarter brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. We'll see if the Cardinals can stay hot from the perimeter.
Yeah, it's the type of shots that they take. We've noted the difference. When it's just kind of a, stand, dribble, and then shoot, those shots generally aren't going in. But when you get a drive and dish or you get a pass off a screen, those are much better rhythm, and they're knocking those shots down left and right.
Volk with a nice drive and draws the foul. We'll put him on the free throw line. Again, he's already 4 for 4 today.
Yeah, Parker Volk's a good player. As I said, he averages 16 points, 8.5 rebounds. He's a quality player for Doniphan Trumbull.
And his 6'4" size is perfect against this Ogallala interior.
Yeah, he's able to go inside, go outside. Makes him a very difficult guy to contend with.
Cardinals lead again by 6. Ryland Gilmore down the floor. And a stoppage by the officials. Checking the clocks. I don't think the shot clock reset.
Daylight savings time. Maybe that's it.
Daylight savings time did happen.
Forgot to change the clocks.
How can you forget these clocks? They're huge.
They are big.
And there was 19 on the shot clock, so they move it back to 35. We sprung forward into this week of state basketball. Lincoln Lutheran and Ashland Greenwood already won earlier today. They'll be playing on Friday. The winner of this game will play the winner of our next one, and that is between Sydney and Omaha Concordia.
Yeah, that should be an interesting game as well. As we are waiting to get play started here. You know, at this point, still a lot of time to be played. I'm guessing the fact that Sawyer Smith hasn't been in the game yet, and the way he was gimping, probably not going to see him here this afternoon. So we'll see if he gets in, but Ogallala's going to have to find a way to win without an all-state caliber player.
Here comes Eden Kane, trying to take a lot of the weight off of the Indian shoulders. He's got 7. Nice pass underneath. DeCastro had it, and then Gillen lost it out of bounds.
A bit of a missed opportunity there for the Indians. Had a chance to get that ball inside, did not execute that pass, and Cardinals take over, up 6.
Poppy leads Doniphan Trumbull down the floor. Cardinals will take another 3, and that time it's off the mark. Robb had the rebound and poked it into the hands of Kane, his teammate. Doniphan Trumbull still finding good looks from the perimeter, so they'll take those shots. Kane dribbling to his right now, drives in, and is fouled. That one goes on Volk. Parker Volk's first foul.
Action is kind of slowed down here a little bit. So fast-paced and a lot of shots going down early. Now it becomes a grind-out game. It probably favors the Cardinals.
Gilmore, good movement. Floater off the rim, hit every part and couldn't drop. Some of the most frustrating shots if you're a player.
Yeah, I had a good luck. Ball just did not want to fall through the hoop.
What a delivery. Left wing 3. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Robb. He gets it to Gilmore.
That was a quality 3. They didn't make that one, but that's the kind of shots they want.
Gillen, and there's a blocking foul. It's another foul on Volk.
That's Volk's second foul, so
take a look at it here. Pass to DeCastro. Good movement. Gillen 3, no good. And there's Volk with the rebound. He swarmed. Got to find a way to get rid of it. All the way down the floor is Bennett. Nobody there.
That's a smart play. Release when they're trapping in the backcourt. Get somebody to go down the court like that. It's a great pass to get him the ball up the floor.
Parker Volk's got some QB in his blood. Here's a floater. That's good. Tough turnaround jumper by Gilmore.
DeCastro went up there. I was afraid he was going to touch that ball on the rim. He did a wise move to pull his hands back and not touch it, let it fall through.
It almost looked like his head was going to get there. Another from Volk. Oh, my goodness. Parker Volk is unstoppable.
In fuego.
3 triples this quarter. Doniphan Trumbull back up by 9. 3.5 to go in the half. Tough shot. DeCastro fouled. And heading to the free throw line. Closeout defense by Askey, a little too close. Here's a look at that last three-pointer. What a pass by Poppy. I mean, how do you even find him?
That's what Poppy does so well. That's what we talked about in the outset. Find open players, get them involved, and Volk's having an incredible game here. 18 points. For Ogallala, you better find number 11 and not allow him to spot up like that. You've got to find him and force somebody else to shoot the basketball.
Well, if you're someone like Parker Volk, you've got to keep this performance going if you want to slay the Dragon. Poppy kicks. Askey wants one, and he can't get it. Gilmore hurrying down the floor, step through, nice pass, good feed, and a finish by Kane. He's got 9.
Yeah, they got to pick Gilmore up sooner. Nobody picked him up till he was already in the lane, and then once that happens, there's a lot of options. Gilmore made him pay with a nice pass.
Tyson Bennett to Poppy. 33-26. Tough drive, no good off the glass. Bennett, a little too strong. Here comes Kane. Good drive by DeCastro, and an offensive foul on Tanner DeCastro. That's his second whistle of the game.
It's Luke Askey that draws the charge. Good position there in that low block, and force the offensive player there to go through you, and that's what he does, draws the charge.
Done. Feet set nicely. That's textbook by Askey. Askey finds Poppy, open for 3. That's off the mark and out of bounds. Stick around for our halftime show. We'll give you all the updates brought to you by Visit Kearney, or you can find it all in Kearney.
As good as well as Doniphan Trumbull's played, still only a 7-point game. Indians would love to do what they did in the first quarter, go on a run here and get right back in it.
This team is more than capable of that. Gilmore, nice find for DeCastro, and he gets it to go.
Again, Ogallala really penetrating well.
Here's a nice drive by Barnes, and it's stolen. Dillon, good pass. And a nice finish by Eden Kane. And just like that, it's a 3-point ball game.
It's those points off turnovers again. That's exactly right. That's what Ogallala does. Speed you up and turn you over and score in transition.
Barnes finds Poppy. Draws the foul. Jack Poppy patient and waits for his defender to crash in and get the third Ogallala foul. That time it's Gilmore. First free throw for Jack Poppy, and that is good. Stick around for our halftime highlights, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers and Roe Buick in Grand Island in Aurora.
Once again, it's points off turnovers, allowing Ogallala get back in this. 12 points off turnovers to 5 for Doniphan Trumbull.
Ogallala doing this still all without Sawyer Smith, who has not played today due to an apparent injury he suffered in practice. Near dunk, it's a miss! The Indians had a gimme.
That's a great pass from Gilmore and set DeCastro up perfectly. Watch this pass. And that's why, I tell you, my coach, not that I could ever dunk, but my coach would tell you, you shoot that layup, make sure that ball goes in.
Poppy not able to get it. DeCastro with the rebound. Trail by 5. Ogallala. DeCastro had it stolen away. What an effort by Nathan Collingson.
Coach Berger, I think, telling them, run the offense here. No rush shots. Run that clock down and find a quality shot.
10 seconds separate shot and game clock. Poppy covered by Lincoln Gillen. Down to 8 on the clock. Poppy, step back, what a move! Not able to hit the 3. Gillen with the rebound. Still time for Ogallala, and a steal by Barnes. Barnes with 6. Kicks it for 3, too much. And a tie-up going back to the Indians. Perfectly set up for Ethan Ballard, but not able to hit it.
How quick is Tragan Barnes? He's one guy that can play that style.
Gilmore, I don't think he got it off.
Oh.
And he almost made it. But a tremendous first half of basketball in the books. And the 7-seed Doniphan Trumbull with the lead over the 2-seed Ogallala, 35-30. We'll come back with our halftime highlights and more coming up next on News Channel Nebraska. Here's how her first half went. 3 after 3. Fun and fast.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
News Channel Nebraska, thank you for joining us from the Bob in Lincoln. Kaylin Devin and Lou Siefker here with you this afternoon. What a tremendous and fantastically fun first half of basketball. I promise you, you're not watching the 100-meter dash at the Olympics. You're watching basketball.
Yeah, if you want to gear up for this, you watch the Daytona 500. This has been a fast game.
And we expected it to be fast, but we were more expecting Doniphan Trumbull to be slowing down Ogallala. Instead, they're keeping up. They're keeping pace and then some.
Well, they're making three-point shots. They made 7 3-pointers in that first half. They also were 10 for 10 from the free throw line, shooting the basketball well. We knew that was going to be important. We'll see if they can maintain that pace. Can they continue to make three-pointers here in the second half against Ogallala? I don't think you want to continue to run with Ogallala, even without Sawyer Smith. It's just Ogallala's game. You don't necessarily have to play slow ball, but you want to pick and choose your opportunities to run.
You know, Doniphan Trumbull is just 4 points shy of where they were the last time they played Ogallala this season when they lost 70-39. Much different outcome. They got the lead at half.
Yeah, they do. That's a big thing, is to take this lead into halftime. When you got throttled the last time, now you're ahead at halftime. I think you got to be feeling confident. We mentioned they're playing really great basketball as of late, is Doniphan Trumbull. And again, the story is no Sawyer Smith for Ogallala, all-state player, 23 points a game, a great player, not able to play today due to apparent leg injury.
And another place that you can be confident with your play is the Kearney Sportsplex. This is a beautiful building that's coming this spring. Very, very soon you'll be able to stop on by and check it out. What's amazing about it is that it's got not only multiple hardwood gymnasiums, 8 regulation high school basketball courts, that's 12 volleyball courts and 20 wrestling mats, but a turf field with customized size soccer fields and drop-down batting cages, plus pickleball and a 300-meter track, 3-lane running and walking for all the track meets in between Ogallala and Doniphan Trumbull. That's where you can go, the Kearney Sportsplex, located directly off Interstate 80. It's a place that will have a year-round, climate-controlled, multi-use premier athletic facility with young, youth, and adult sports tournaments, camps, leagues, and recreation programs. Got to check it out.
So you're telling me there's a lot to do there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. 35-30 at the half. Doniphan Trumbull leads Ogallala. We hope you can join us for half number 2 and our halftime highlights coming up next.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln. Proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Well, Doniphan Trumbull trying to play spoiler up 35-30 here at the break on Ogallala. I talked with Coach Burr heading to the locker room for the Cardinals, and while he's pleased with the shots that have been hit early in this ballgame, obviously 7 made triples by Doniphan Trumbull in that first half, he said there are still things that DT can do better in the second half. Obviously, Sawyer Smith not being out there changed the game plan for Doniphan Trumbull for better or worse, but the 2 things he said they need to work on, getting back quicker on defense and transition specifically, and also closing out on offensive rebounds. Most of the Ogallala points have come second chance, and what leads to second chance points, guys? Offensive rebounds.
That's exactly right, Jake. Second chance points, offensive rebounds. They go hand in hand, like our halftime highlights, and we'll be able to show you those. Brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations, and Rowe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. Well, it was fast and fun, and the 5-0 lead turned into an 8-0 lead as this three-pointer knocked down by Jack Poppy. They were falling like flies. I don't know, dropping like anything.
Yeah, they shot very well to start the game. That's exactly the start you want to have. And then certainly DeCastro knocks one down there for Ogallala. They shot fairly well themselves.
Another nice pass. DeCastro's had a nice game today as well. He's a tough presence inside. He's got 7 points, along to go with 2 rebounds. 8 to 5, and then increasing that lead another 3 is Tyson Bennett. Like Jake said, 7 of 17 from 3. That is 41% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it? You shoot well from three-point line, that gives you a chance in just about any ball game.
Jack Poppy hit 2 of them. He's got 8 points to go with 2 free throws. A look at Andy Gillen as his team took the lead, and then Rylan Gilmore adds a big bucket. Big shot for him as he has got 5 points in the game so far. 20-20 now, and a tough turnaround jumper. That time it is from Blake Robb, but we talked about his performance today, Lou. How crucial is Robb replacing the injured Sawyer Smith?
Well, yeah, those are big shoes to fill. I think he's played well in his time in there. He's not going to be the scorer that Smith is, but he's got to do what he does well: rebound, play defense, and just contribute the best he can.
That was a fantastic pass from Volk. He found Tyson Bennett all the way down the floor for the easy lay-in, 30-24. And how about that feed? Poppy to Volk for three. Unbelievable feed. 33-28, a steal up to Eden Kane, and a tough finish. Kane leading the charge for Ogallala, 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's got 5 rebounds as well. He's kind of been the go-to guy instead of Sawyer Smith. You can also follow us on NCN Sports, on X, updates, recaps, and so much more. We'll take you to our third quarter coming up. Right now, it's an upset watch as the 7-seed Doniphan Trumbull leads the 2-seed Ogallala 35-30.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, you're family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
The halftime show is proudly presented by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
Did you know that the #1 reason officials quit is because of verbal abuse from parents and fans? We are losing officials, and we need everyone to respect the ref.
Judges help students to find their voice and become lifelong supporters of the arts. Without these individuals, NSAA activities would not be possible.
I cannot participate in the activities that I love without these officials and judges. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the judges judge.
5-point lead for Doniphan Trumbull over the Ogallala Indians, and there's a look at that mascot. Oh, look at that. That's a cool looking mascot.
He looks mad.
He's got a smile on his face. What are you talking about?
It's a mad smile.
There's an angry smile? Like a mad scientist smile?
Yeah, I kind of like that, I guess.
But in Indian instead. 35-30. Here we go. Underway as the 7-seed Cardinals ahead of the 2-seed Indians. Rylan Gilmore's got it for Ogallala. Wonder what Andy Gillen talked about in the locker room, and it's a nice bucket to get things going for Gilmore.
Well, again, the points off turnovers, points in the paint have all gone Ogallala's way. It's been the three-point shooting for Doniphan Trumbull that's kept them in the lead.
We'll see if their hot shooting can survive the third quarter as Parker Volk got hit in the face. Eden Kane misses a lay-in on the other end. Volk just dropped the basketball after getting it popped.
I don't think he's bleeding or anything. Might be a little sore, though.
Bennett to Volk and then to Poppy. 1 minute gone in our third quarter. 3-point ball game. Drive by Poppy, good kick out. 3-pointer on the way, too long from Collingson. Ball thrown out of bounds, going back to Ogallala.
We'll see if Doniphan Trumbull can win this game without being red hot from three-point land. Again, a lot of the other stats that you look at them going Ogallala's way. If you get cold from downtown, it might be Indians basketball game.
Gillen to Gilmore. Good ball movement, tough pass inside to traffic and a foul. Kane trying to drive in there. Foul goes against Collingson. Drive in the finger roll, no good. By DeCastro, ball on the floor. DeCastro's got it, and this time he slams the door in the dunk.
Yeah, that time he gets the dunk to fall. Missed the last one, but DeCastro really could be a factor, I think, inside. It's a difficult matchup for Doniphan Trumbull with his size and long arms.
1 point ball game. Good effort on the floor. Cardinals keep it. Finds Polk. Top of the circle, a deep three. Poppy, that's no good. And the rebound to Robb. 0-4-2 to start the third quarter from three for Doniphan Trumbull. Lincoln Gillen has it taken away on his pass, trying to find Kane.
The Cardinals have to find some paint touches and some paint points here in the second half if they're going to win the ball game.
Good kick, finding Tragan Barnes for three. That's no good either.
That was a great drive and dish. But the shots now, the three-point shots not going down.
We talked about that. You don't want to go cold from there. Rebound from Poppy. What happens to so many teams, you start out hot. Might cool off a little bit. It's just bound to happen.
Yeah, it's tough to maintain that type of start the Cardinals had.
Volk, turn around. Tough shot, no good. Another rebound for Robb.
Good defense, really made a tough shot there for Volk.
Gilmore to Robb, then finds Kane on the baseline. Back to Gilmore. A quick third quarter. This three is no good. Offensive rebound and a foul going against Tragan Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes trying to move his man out underneath there. That's a tough spot for a little guy, but tried to get inside position.
Andy Gillen calls a timeout. Ogallala scores the first 4 points of the third quarter. It's 35-34, Cardinals over the Indians.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
Third quarter is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk's location. Choose the medical clinic your friends recommend. 5-star patient rate at Dr. Harper and Spano. Plus, their specialists are building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time. 35-34, Doniphan Trumbull with a 1-point lead over Ogallala. We've had the lead for nearly 18 minutes. Indians have held it for 48 seconds. They're trying to jump back out in front as Robb able to get there. Finds Gilmore. Gilmore drive, pass in, tough shot, no! Volk with the rebound and then almost taken away. It's going back to Doniphan Trumbull.
Well, Volk and Gillen, they're battling underneath. Trickles out of bounds, so Cardinals get the basketball back, and Cardinals got to get something going offensively here.
Tough third quarter start for Doniphan Trumbull. They're 0 for 4. Nice feed inside. Ball gets taken away. Slipped out of the hands of Askey. Up to Gilmore. And he draws the foul.
Gilmore throws about 3 ball fakes. Finally gets the foul call. Go to the free throw line. Ogallala too. Both teams kind of cold right now offensively.
Indians are 2 of 7 from the floor this quarter. This free throw is good. Knots us up at 35. Thanks to the freebie by Rylan Gilmore. Got them both. Ogallala back in front. They've been here before, but just twice. Bennett to the wing for Poppy. Not a lot of openings for Bennett. Down to 7 on the shot clock. That ball is tipped. It's another turnover.
I think this Ogallala half-court defense has been outstanding here in this third quarter.
Rylan Gilmore falls down to a knee. Back up to DeCastro. And now for Lowry. Here comes a 3. That is in and out. Tipped and collected by Doniphan Trumbull.
Got numbers.
Poppy wants to go inside. His finger roll is good with a whistle.
Head coach Burr was embellishing them here to get it going. They had 4 on 3. They kind of hesitated. But a great drive there. Ends up now with a 3-point play opportunity, exactly what the Cardinals needed.
Tough shot by Jack Poppy, and he converts the free throw.
Really good player is Jack Poppy.
2-point lead for the Cardinals. 2.5 to go in the third. Gilmore to Gillen, then to Lowry. Lowry in the corner. Drive. Pass is poked away and stolen by Poppy. Volk gets it to Poppy. He's got 11 points. Now to Bennett with 7. And Volk with 18. Had a tremendous first half. He's yet to score here in the third quarter, though. Underneath, and Gillen knocks it away for a steal.
There's just nothing there for the Cardinals in the half court. Ogallala's really shutting them down.
Much different third quarter than we saw in quarters number 1 and 2. Physical to Castro. His pass out of bounds. Both teams playing with a lot of physicality. Tyson Bennett up the floor. 2-point lead for Doniphan Trumbull. Poppy thought about it, driving on DeCastro. Turnaround, tough shot. Whoa, he gets it in.
Well, when things are breaking down around you, Jack Poppy could create a shot. He did it right there.
Ball on the floor again, picked up by Gilmore. He'll take the three, and that is just off the mark. Dillon with the rebound, and stolen by Volk. Up to Poppy. Poppy weaving in and draws the foul.
And Poppy has been the one guy in this ball game for Doniphan Trumbull that's been able to make things happen off the dribble. Takes Ogallala there, draws the foul, but he's been able to get inside and make things happen.
Three-pointer is off to the left side by Poppy. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. Ogallala outscoring Doniphan Trumbull 6-5 in this third quarter. Much different from the first two.
Yeah, very much. I think if you look at the score, you figure Doniphan Trumbull has the advantage. We mentioned Ogallala, the last 6 games averaged almost 84 points a game. Only 36 here as we close in toward the fourth quarter.
And remember, Sawyer Smith has not entered the game today. He's there. He's Ogallala's leading scorer, 23 points a game, almost 10 rebounds and 7 assists.
Yeah,
he's out with an injury.
Great player. That's unfortunate. You'd like to see players like that play on this stage.
And here's an off-ball foul. That time going against Tragan Barnes. It is his third. Gilmore, high post to Kane, turnaround, tough jumper, that's no good. Poppy with the board, 3 seconds. Jack Poppy to the rim. Pass gets away. And Doniphan Trumbull not able to get off the last shot. 40-36, the 7 seed still with the lead over the 2 seed. Throwdown by DeCastro as we send it to the fourth.
Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the entire state.
Teammates Mentoring is in need of mentors, especially for students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Meeting with a student just once a week in school can make a positive impact on their life by providing a sense of hope and helping them reach their full potential. 92% of Teammates Mentors report that they leave their mentoring time in a better mood than when they arrive. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Teammates.org today to learn more information about how you can get involved. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Final 8 minutes in this Class C1 quarterfinal. Doniphan Trumbull has Ogallala on upset alert. They lead 40-36.
Okay, neither team in that third quarter made a three-pointer. That's probably good for Doniphan Trumbull that Ogallala didn't, but for them, they want to start knocking some of those down and put a lot of pressure on the Indians going forward.
Poppy kicks to Bennett for 3. That's good! Finally back with the three-pointers.
There you go. Exactly what they wanted to do.
The drive, the pass, and the bucket from Kane. What a game that Eden Kane has had today. He's got 13.
Yeah, they get a quality look. Does Ogallala try to keep pace?
3 Cardinals in double figures. Poppy, Volk, and Bennett all with double digits. Offensive foul against Doniphan Trumbull. It's on Volk. Parker Volk.
Gonna get Volk with a push-off there. Pass went into the post. They're going to say Volk pushed off. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, right there. That's a good call. Push to the back. Excellent call by the officials.
His third foul. 5-point lead. Ogallala the drive from Gilmore. Gillen lost it, picked up by Blake Robb. Eden Kane, tough shot. No, left it short. Good rebound by Gillen. DeCastro in the corner, and his pass is stolen. The speed from Tragan Barnes.
The guy hurt.
Gillen is down on the floor, and he is in pain. No whistle, no stoppage, and a three by Doniphan Trumbull. And now a stoppage of play as Poppy drills the three. Gillen is on the floor. An 8-point lead for the Cardinals with 6:25 to go. We'll take a break here and check on Lincoln Gillen.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe. It's the Roe you know.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Gilmore with the basketball, his pass up and high off the glass. All right, we'll update you. Lincoln Gillen limped off the floor, helped out by his crew. And Andy Gillen was heated about why play was not stopped. And understandably so. But Doniphan Trumbull, unfortunately in that situation, they have the advantage, so you have to keep going until a miss or an out-of-bounds call.
Yeah, or a change of possession.
That three by Volk is no good. So now you don't have Gillen, you don't have Sawyer Smith, you missed him all game, but you do have Danner DeCastro, the big turnaround bucket.
Yeah, DeCastro's the go-to guy now. As we mentioned, Ogallala already not a very deep team. They play about 6 players. You got your best player not playing, and now Lincoln Gillen, likely out for the rest of the game the way it looked.
Kellen Burr calls a timeout for Doniphan Trumbull. 46-40. Let's take a look at that injury. 5:36 to go in the game. Here's what happened. Gillen. Ooh, that's non-contact.
Yeah.
That's not good.
He appeared to be in a lot of pain. That's very unfortunate.
And you always hear what trainers say is if it's a contact injury, there's a reason to go down. But if it's non-contact, that could mean something not very, very bad.
Yeah,
we don't want to speculate, but that's what a non-contact injury is.
Yeah, let's hope not. But again, the way he went off the floor, I'm not expecting him to come back. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. Only 5:36 to go. Now Ogallala very shorthanded and down 6. And then you got Doniphan Trumbull, who did not make a three-pointer in the third quarter, making 2 in a row. They're up 6 and a chance to maybe win this ball game and pull the upset on a shorthanded Ogallala Indian bunch.
If there's a time to do it, the time is now. This team has not won at state since they got third place back in 2014. He checked back into the ball game. That ball out of bounds. Fourth quarter brought to you by Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Check them out and discover more at lincoln.org. Three-pointer no good. Nice rebound. Gilmore, he falls down. No travel. Here comes Eden Kane.
Yeah, Gilmore got rid of that before he traveled. That's a good job by Gilmore.
DeCastro goes through traffic, can't finish. Gilmore for three, that's short. And the rebound pulled down by Barnes, all the way up the floor, and a throwdown! Parker Volk's got 20 with a slam!
Fast break points, key here for Doniphan Trumbull.
An answer and a block by Vulcan, he's fired up.
That was Volk's first bucket since the first half when he had 18.
And he rushes back to get the block. Turnaround, what a bucket. Ryland Gilmore with a finesse of a finish.
Gilmore, another really good player. Just makes things happen. Can he and DeCastro kind of hold serve here and keep this game close?
6-point Cardinal lead. Drive, tough shot. Poppy gets the good finish.
Boy, tough shot.
Poppy's up to 18 points.
Defended well, but he made that shot.
Lowry fouled into the line. Cy Lowry will go for free throws.
This is an area that's been in favor of the Cardinals. First three quarters, well, I guess still, Doniphan Trumbull has not missed a free throw. They're 11 for 11. This is only the fifth free throw for Ogallala. Now they're 2 out of 5.
Lowry misses them both. And the rebound pulled down by Askey. Doniphan Trumbull with an 8-point lead is 4 minutes away from a stunner in Lincoln.
Yeah, under 4 now, you're up 8. You still want to be aggressive and run your offense. You just don't want a lot of quick shots.
Good good look, a good drive, but Poppy can't finish. Volk keeps the basketball and a fresh shot clock. Kellen Burr telling his guys to slow down.
Yeah, absolutely. That shot from Poppy is exactly what you want. Just didn't make the shot. But you run the clock down and get a quality look at the end of the shot clock.
Jump stop drive and a foul on the floor. I like that take, though, from Tyson Bennett. And he's quick.
I like the jump stop there.
Blake Robb with the foul. Gets it into Askey. Delivers to Poppy. Drive by Poppy. Timeout called by Kellen Burr. 2:57 to go. Cardinals lead it 50-42 over the Indians, and keeping Ogallala on upset alert as we head to the final 3 minutes on News Channel Nebraska. Coming up next.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
This Cardinals team on a 4-game win streak. Their last loss coming by the hands of the #1 overall seed Lincoln Lutheran during the regular season. They've won 9 of the last 10 and trying to pull off an upset at the Devaney. Poppy into Volk. Slowing things down still. Doniphan Trumbull in no hurry. Burr wants his guys to go. That three's no good. Offensive rebound. Poppy sees a lane and goes for it and is fouled. Burr, I don't think he loved going with that much time on the shot clock, but you'll take the foul.
Yeah, the idea is to get this shot at the end of the shot clock, but if you're going to take it, I mean, you take a shot, you want a layup, and he does get fouled, so it worked out for Coach Burr and the Doniphan Trumbull Cardinals.
Well, how about the duo from Parker Volk and Jack Poppy? 20 points for Parker Volk, 4 for 7 shooting threes. 20 points for Jack Poppy, 3 of 9 and 6 of 15 from the floor. Unbelievable from these two.
That's their two top scorers. They both average about 16.5 a game.
10-point Doniphan Trumbull lead, their largest of the ball game. That three-pointer is good. Eden Kane comes back with a huge three.
What a game Eden Kane is having. He's keeping Ogallala close.
He's got 16 points. 2 minutes to go. 7-point lead for Doniphan Trumbull. Still hope for the Indians. Poppy takes a deep one and takes away the breath in the Devaney.
Wow, that's a dagger for the Cardinals.
Answer no good. The rebound and a foul. Doniphan Trumbull can feel it.
What a gutsy shot from Jack Poppy a moment ago from downtown. Extends that lead to 10. Wow, what a cold-blooded shot.
55-45, 1:27 to go as Andy Gillen calls a timeout. Things are looking bleak right now for the number 2 seed Ogallala Indians.
Yeah, I think it hurts if you're Ogallala because you feel like this might have been a year you make a run at the state championship. You lose Sawyer Smith and now Lincoln Gillen out playing shorthanded as it is. And only 1:27 to go. It's going to take a big effort now to try to send this thing maybe into overtime.
Stick around for our player of the game after this matchup is done. Brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point and Roe Buick and Grand Island and Aurora. Depending on who wins this game, it's going to be a tough call either way.
Yeah, very much. Really like the moxie that Ogallala has shown, but you're losing to a lot of star power just in one player. But Doniphan Trumbull, they have been clutch the entire afternoon. They've, from the start to the finish, they've made plays they've had to make, and that last shot by Poppy just might have put him over the top.
Ogallala does not have a senior on their roster. This exact same team and more will be back. Could be back next season as a travel on the inbound pass, and now changes things a little bit here with what the Indians can do.
Ogallala likely looking for a three, but you just got to score as quickly as you can.
Tough turnaround shot, no good, and the rebound by Volk. Poppy down the floor. No intentional fouls yet. 22 seconds on the shot clock and a 10-point lead for Doniphan Trumbull. Wow. Poppy, then that feed to Askey, and that might end it.
What a great pass by Jack Poppy. Dribble and the dish off. He has been great in this ballgame.
A steal to Poppy. slowing things down with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Cardinals are going to do it.
A meet between Poppy and Kane. Handshakes all around. And you can feel it. We'll have our top plays coming up next, brought to you by Currency. Shot clock violation. We'll give it back to Ogallala for one more chance. Trailing by 12. And that is it! Doniphan Tumbull causes Ogallala tumbling down. 2-seed upset in Lincoln. The Cardinals continue their dance.
What a great win. Doniphan Tumbull, they avenged an absolute beatdown earlier this year from this Ogallala team. It was 75-33 that game. Different story today, but I'm not taking anything away from Doniphan Tumbull, but it certainly hurts Ogallala not to have a all-state player like Sawyer Smith out there. But Doniphan Tumbull was the clutch team today, made play after play. They deserve to be in the semifinals.
They'll await the winner of Omaha Concordia and Sydney. It is coming up next on News Channel Nebraska, as after our top plays, our interview with head coach Kellen Byrne, our player of the game, coming up on News Channel Nebraska.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with creating community connections that are just as trusted and reliable as the electricity we provide. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
Hello, this is Greg from Family Physical Therapy. We've grown a lot since we opened our doors in 1993, but our philosophy remains to provide excellent patient care above all else. Our patients are greeted with smiles, and our therapists are driven by their patients' success in achieving goals. We provide physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to those of all ages. Family Physical Therapy has locations across Nebraska. Stop by a clinic near you today.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Just finished an epic game? Keep the excitement going with a stop at Good to Go Convenience Store on your way home. Refuel with a fresh coffee. Grab a tasty sandwich and fill up your tank to be ready for the next adventure. Whether you're celebrating a win or discussing the highlights, Good to Go has all your post-game refreshments covered. Make it a part of your game day routine.
Good to Go post-game snacks.
Wow, maybe the upset of the day. Doniphan Trumbull over Ogallala. Coach Burp, you guys have been on the wrong side of this first-round matchup a couple years in a row now. How does it feel to finally punch your ticket to the semifinals, and who knows what happens from there?
Yeah, it feels great. Kind of feels like the monkey off the back is gone. Obviously we need to acknowledge like Sawyer Smith getting hurt for Ogallala and then Lincoln Gillen during the game. I mean, I should probably be really excited that happened, but honestly, my heart breaks for those kids. You know a player of his caliber, the kind of work he puts in, so my heart breaks for him. And then it took our team came out, they were ready to play, and then, man, what a game of runs. We kind of gave it back. We'd extend it, they'd cut it. A lot of emotion in that game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You mentioned, obviously, the situation with Sawyer Smith, but a 42-point loss to this team not long ago. To turn around and get a double-digit win, I mean, what was your game plan today? It kind of changed all that.
Yeah, that game is where our season started to turn around. We had to be very honest with ourselves. We had to get better. Some people needed to hear some things. And I think that was the rewarding part of this season so far is, in the last 2 weeks, our kids have grown as people. Our mentality has really changed. Our kids have grown up. And I think that's what every coach wants to have happen. Now, we're having a bunch of success, so that coming along with it means a lot. But very proud of our kids for improving and growing and just getting better.
What can you tell us about our player of the game here, Parker Volk? A pretty gutsy effort today.
Yeah, Parker Volk, man. Everybody hears about Jack Poppy on our team, rightfully so. But Parker is an all-state caliber player. He's one of those guys that just kept getting better all year. He received extra attention, and so he had to find different ways to score. We know he puts in a ton of time. Super proud of him as well.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Good luck in the semis.
Thank you.
Let's bring in our player of the game, Parker Volk. How we doing, my friend? That was a pretty good effort, I'd say.
Yeah, it was a great effort. I feel great, though.
Feeling pretty solid. 20-plus point effort. Shot was working early. What was the key for you specifically today?
Just feeling comfortable. I haven't shot the ball great this year, but finally I shot it great, so yeah.
Well, you're closing in on 1,000 points. I want to say you're just under 30 points away from doing it. Can you get it done here in the state tournament? You think so?
I'm really hoping so. It'd be a good thing. First off, I win a state championship, though, so that's the main priority here for us.
Well, a 40-plus point loss to these guys not long ago, and obviously some injuries, a sad deal with Sawyer Smith. Another guy goes down in the game. But what changed about your game plan that allowed you to get it done today?
I think having him out was a big factor in it. They do a lot of good, or he does a lot of good stuff for them, so I think that was their main thing that helped us out, so yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. Good best of luck in the semis.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to Kalen and Lou to wrap this one up. Thanks,
Jake, our player of the game. Parker Volk, a tremendous performance today, and more importantly, the win for Doniphan Trumbull.
Yeah, it's a great win. Both played well. I think, he certainly had some help with Jack Poppy. I think both those guys played excellent basketball games. They just, you talk all day long about the injury situation, but, they played well and they made plays down the stretch. They deserve to be in the semifinal.
Let's take a look at our top plays brought to you by Currency. Handshakes at the beginning of the game for these two teams. Doniphan Trumbull, the 7 seed. Ogallala, the 2 seed. Both teams are familiar faces in Lincoln. And it started off all Cardinals. 5-0 lead. Turned it into an 8-point lead after this 3 from Jack Poppy. Got things going. 11-5 now the score. Good ball movement, but the shooting was really, really good from the start for Doniphan Trumbull. Another one from Poppy. He hit 2 triples in that first quarter, 16-9. But here's where Ogallala made their money. The turnovers, points off turnover. That bucket from Lincoln Gillen. Tremendous shot. They led the points off turnover 16-10. Was something that helped keep them in this ball game. Ball get tipped out to Rylan Gilmore. He knocks down that 3 and is amped up about it. Ogallala fighting back against Doniphan Trumbull as we head to this second quarter. A bit of a track meet, 22-20. Indians have the lead. What do they find? Parker Volk for 3. Got it again. Volk was unconscious in the first half from 3. Finished with 18 points in the opening half, 28-22. And how about this baseball pass down the floor to Tyson Bennett? Finishes at the rim. and continues Doniphan Trumble's jump out ahead, 30-24. Another one finding Volk. That time Poppy finds the passer for the shooter. Volk knocks it down. The lead is 9 again. Now just a 5-point lead. A chance to cut it once again. The drive. It is Eden Kane over the defense with the bucket. At halftime, 35-30. Doniphan Trumbull led by 5. Quarter number 3 was a little bit slower, not as much scoring, but a tough shot from Rylan Gilmore, getting Ogallala back into the action. 3-point game, and now with the offensive rebound, and it goes out of bounds, but it's kept with Tanner DeCastro, who throws down a dunk. 1-point game. Ogallala is right there, and then they take the lead, 36-35. Beautiful up and under from Jack Poppy, and draws the foul, gets the finish, and went to the free throw line to knock it down as well. 13 of 13 from the free throw line for Doniphan Trumbull. They were perfect, 40-36, and that lead increases. A deadly three-point shot, that time from Tyson Bennett. First three-pointer of the game for him. Then finding in the corner, Poppy got it to go, increasing the lead, and an injured Lincoln Gillen adding to the list with Sawyer Smith out. Gillen is out. Ogallala trying to fight back in the ballgame. A nice drive to the cup by Tanner DeCastro. But with time winding down, a 10-point lead, this three-pointer would give him a little bit of life. Eden Kane knocks it down, had a good game. Kane with 16 points, but not able to come back with this dagger from Poppy. Big three-pointer, and Doniphan Trumbull pulls off the upset, knocking off number 2 Ogallala 57-45. Big thanks again. Our top plays brought to you by Currency. Need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items? Currency is here to help. Check them out at gocurrency.com today.